Steve's just going to demonstrate a basic leg check now. Okay, as I come in with the kick, he raises his lead leg and his lead elbow is touching his knee. He can't get lazy with this guard. If he leaves gaps, can find the way through the kicks. Meanwhile, his rear hand is pushing into the centre of my chest. It's stopping him from absorbing the full weight of the kick because it's pushing me onto the back foot, and it's also stopping me from following with a lead hand shot. So just to give you the basic idea of the movement, we slowed that right down. I wasn't really driving through or pivoting on my supporting leg. If I do pivot on my supporting leg and really throw the kick, when Steve checks me with his rear hand into my chest, it's going to really throw me off balance. So if I do throw the shot a little more forcefully this time, you'll see the turning effect this has. Thank you. So we've covered the basic punching, kicking and blocking techniques. The final thing we're going to do, a little bit of a sparring drill, just to start to get into your mind the kind of ways that you want to be thinking about moving when you're applying these techniques in a live situation, sports situation. Okay. Assuming that we're both in the same stance, so we're both in an orthodox stance, left foot forward to start with. Basically what I want to be doing is just cutting the body into a centre line here, alright? This is his strong side, his rear side. Now in boxing this is pretty much all there is. Here's his stronger side. If I'm stood on line with him here, he can hit me at will. He can step through, he can travel, he can shift his weight through the shot, okay? And it's quite easy for him to fire at will from this position. Where I want to be, assuming he's in an orthodox stance, slightly off his centre line to the right, okay? This way, he's constantly having to change and adapt if he wants to be able to drive forwards and through and hit me with any kind of real damaging power. He's got to turn to face me constantly. So what's going to happen is we're going to start to be circling around. Remember when we circle, whichever direction I'm moving, I move the foot on that side first, the other foot trails. Careful not to bring my feet in tandem, and I'm careful not to square up and be parallel to my opponent this way as I turn. A good way of practicing this is to sort of draw a cross on the mat here, where the mats join. If I keep my front foot pointing in towards that cross, and as I circle, I make sure that it stays, the toes stay pointed towards the centre of that cross. Circling around the point, and never letting my heels catch up with each other either. Maintaining this diagonal line so I've got a good base. Obviously my opponent is trying to set up his strong side. He's trying to move forwards and through me. And he's not going to be too happy if I'm off this centre line all the time. So what he's most likely going to try and do, in order to line his shot up, if I'm off the centre line where I should be, he's going to try and either turn this way or step out with the front foot and cut me off. Either way, he's lining me up for that rear shot. At this point in time, I can no longer continue to circle this way because he's now in line. He can turn, he can hit me. As I move, he can still turn through. At this point in time, as he lines me up, I have two main options. I can either move off at an angle and get right out of range. Alternatively, I can move to the outside of his strong hand. I want to move in and close him down though as I do this, okay? So, I've moved, as Steve moves to line up, I'm moving in and off. Very similar to the footwork that I used with the cross at the beginning. I'm changing direction. So once you've got the basic footwork down, try practicing this with a partner. So basically what you're going to be doing, you're going to be circling with your partner, away from the strong side and out of range of any of his techniques. So a reasonable distance, and we're both, in this case, we're in an orthodox stance, circling to the right.